The next topic, recognition of the mother's divinity. There are people, says Sri Aurobindo, there are people who start at once, others take time. X recognized the mother as divine at first sight and has been happy ever afterwards. Others who rank among mother's devotees took years to discover or admit it, but they arrived all the same. There are people who had nothing but difficulties and revolts for the first 5, 6, 7 or more years of the sadhana, yet the psychic ended by awaking. The time taken is a secondary matter. The one thing needful is, soon or late, easily or with difficulty, to get there. One question by a sadhak. Many times I find that old samskaras come up and disturb my faith in the mother and her divinity. How is it possible to prevent it? For this, Sri Aurobindo says, it is only if you see the divinity of the mother that there can be a settled conviction. That is a question of the inner consciousness and vision. Date 5/6/1937. The next question by the sadhak, how to convince the mind that mother is divine and that her workings are not human? For that, Sri Aurobindo says, it is by opening up the psychic and letting it rule the mind and vital that this can be done, because the psychic knows and can see what the mind cannot. The next question by the sadhak, it seems that part of my external being was not accepting the mother, is now recognizing her divinity, but why do I forget it when I physically come before her? For that, our Lord replies, it is the physical mind in its most external action that sees physical things as only physical. Date 15/8/1937. And then Sri Aurobindo says in 1933, this struggle in you between bhakti for Sri Krishna and the sense of divinity of the mother is quite unnecessary, for the two things are one and go perfectly together. It is He who has brought you to the mother, and it is by adoration of her that you will realize Him. He is here in the ashram, and it is His work that is being done here. One sadhak is asking a question. Even a good devotee and a brilliant student like X finds it difficult to accept the mother. I cannot understand why he cannot see the simple truth about her. For that, our Lord says, if he finds it difficult to accept mother, how is he a good devotee? A devotee to whom? A brilliant student is another matter. One can be a brilliant student and yet quite incompetent in spiritual matters. If one is a devotee of Vishnu or some other godhead, then it is different. One may see only one's object of worship and so not be able to accept anything else. Date 14/11/1934. The next question by the sadhak. Some people seem to be quite misled in understanding the mother's status with regard to the higher planes. When they are in these planes or receive something from them, they begin to think that they have received or reached a greater height and that the higher planes have nothing to do with the mother. Especially about the supermind, they have such queer notions that is something greater than the mother. For this, Sri Aurobindo says, if they have a greater experience or consciousness than the mother, they should not stay here, but go and save the world with it. The question by the sadhak again, is the attitude that I am the Brahman and not necessary in the integral yoga. Sri Aurobindo says, it is not enough to transform the whole nature. Otherwise, there would be no need of the mother's being here. It would be done by simply thinking of oneself as a Brahman. There would be no need of the mother's presence or the mother's force. Date 27 December 1935. The next topic, the mother's offer of truth. Sri Aurobindo says, the mother cannot decide for you whether you should follow the path of Nirvikalpa Samadhi or accept this yoga. She can only offer to you the truth, and if you accept it, guide you towards it. Date 8/9/1933. The next topic, the mother and the yoga of knowledge. Why should mother dislike the yoga of knowledge? The realization of self and of the cosmic being, without which the realization of self is incomplete, are essential steps in our yoga. It is the end of other yogas, but it is, as it were, the beginning of ours, that is to say, the point where its own characteristic realization can commence. Date 26/3/1936. And then Sri Aurobindo says, certainly Samadhi is not bad from this yoga. The fact that the mother was also entering into it is proof enough of that. Date 10/6/1936.